Hello everybody, this is Lone Star Lawman again with one of my firearm reviews videos. Today we're going to be looking at the 1911 Kimber Ultra Covert. Covert means that, of course, undercover or whatever, I guess. But this is a great pistol. I've had this for a number of years, and it is in .45 caliber. It's a 3-inch barrel. It's got a black slide, very hard slide, hard coating. I'm guessing it's melanite, I'm not sure. It has a dark earth frame. It has crimson trace desert digital laser grips. And I'll turn around here and let you see the laser. It's over here on this side right here. And I'll demonstrate how that all works when we get to the end of the video. Okay, this 3-inch model is something that's come along in the last 20 years, at least 23-inch, I should say, 20 or 30 years. In 1985, Colt Industries put out the Officer's 1911. Although this is 3-inch, the Officer's model was 3.5-inch barrel. Since then, when Kimber came along sometime later and they started producing 1911s, this is their Ultra series, like I just told you, and it's all in 3-inch barrels. Okay, let me demonstrate how the trigger and safety works. First I gotta pull the trigger back, of course, and we're gonna check it's clear. Clear. Nothing in the mag well. Alright, now we're going to check the trigger. Now watch this trigger pull, folks. This is pretty good. This typical 1911. Kimber's did it really well, and this is a match grade trigger. Here we go. Very crisp. Go back again. Very crisp. Now I'm going to put pressure on my finger still to rack the slide so you can see how the reset works. Alright, ready for the reset, folks? Here it comes. Hear that? And then you're ready to go. Isn't that something? One more time. Whoops. Alright, so they make great triggers. I should tell you, when I got this gun way back in 2007, I believe it was, the Covert digital here, this is a desert. I think the newest ones have slightly different sights, and this is kind of like a urban dark black and blue type digital, if I recall correctly. I think it's still dark earth down here though. The sights are typical Novak sights, front and rear. After 16 years, I don't think the sights on here glow anymore. I haven't had a chance to really test that, but I'm sure that's probably true, or just barely functioning. But they still make this model, and so you ought to be able to get one. Let me show you how to break it down, and this is going to be the fun part. Alright, here we go. Pull this back. Okay, make sure when you're pulling the slide back you don't touch the grip safety. I'll explain that in a minute. Lock the slide back. There you go. You can see all the guts. You can see the recoil spring guide. It's a double spring type thing, and has a match grade barrel. And the grip safety, like I told you, has what's called a Swartz safety. Swartz. Most 1911s, a lot of 1911s don't have that. I'll show that to you in a few moments when we disassemble the gun. When you disassemble the gun for field stripping and cleaning, there is a little hole here in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that real good. Let me turn around so I can look in there. If you can see that hole real good, right there. But anyway, there's a little hole right there, And what you have to do is you take this tool supplied by Kimber and you put it through that hole and use it to disassemble the weapon. I never liked that thing. It's given me too much trouble. But hey, there's always an invention for a new solution, right? So, I went and got what is known as the NDZ, November David Zulu tool. Here, I'll show it to you. And you slip it onto the bottom here to get it to work for the field stripping. And I'll show you how you do that. Here it comes in this package. You can see that. And NDZ Corporation, I think, is what they are. You can look them up on the net, see if you can get one. They're probably very inexpensive. I'm sure they're still inexpensive. Okay, so we're going to start our disassembly. You get the larger part of the bell housing right here. Slide it underneath here. Then push this underneath this flat part. And then it comes on just like that. See? The nice part about this is that it lines up your slide stop so you can take it out. However, I've noticed on my particular tool, I have to do a slight adjustment rearward with the slide to get it to come out, to get the slide stop to come out. So I'll try it here where you can see it's not coming out. So I'll do this with the gun. Come and I'll do it right here and then come down here. Let me see if it'll do it right here. There we go. Hey, that's pretty good. Had to, just a slight adjustment. Now once you let go, see it's right there still connected to the tool. It just took a little longer because I had to pull it back just so slightly so it wouldn't line up with that notch right there. It came out fine. Now we take it off. Do not touch the grip safety and just slide it off. Set it down here. And I'll show you that Swartz safety I'm telling you about. See that right there? A little smaller one right there, right here. Now watch what happens when I press the grip safety. It comes up and down. I just hope you can see that. So I try not to push it when it's up, when I'm disassembling, because I don't want that to get damaged in any way. Apparently it doesn't affect this one over here. So there you go. All right, I'll put down the frame and I'll show you how this comes apart. What you do with this is just slide it back. Slide it back. Comes right out. And then you take the barrel to get it out. You have to turn the swing link forward just like any other 1911 and slide it out the front. Okay. There's the insides and there's the famous 80s series firing pin safety, which is you saw in my Dan Wesson review 1911 of the CCO, that the Vigil. It was a Series 70. It did not have this. So it's incredible that they still have this, and the trigger is so good on this gun. Most of the time, the Series 80s safety interferes a little bit with the good trigger pull, but not on this gun. Okay. You notice inside there, you know, it's all shiny and everything. You see that light grease I have in there? That is Enos Slide Glide. E-N-O-S Slide Glide. It is a light grease. I have found with my SIGs and with my 1911s that applying this light grease on the rails of the gun, and I'll show you on the frame too. Well, you can see this real good, but I'll get it up there as close as I can. So you can see it a little bit. I don't know. See it on the bottom maybe. Okay. So that's what I do because it really helps with wear. Oil is great right before you go out to range, you put it on. The problem is if you conceal carry or open carry, whatever the case may be, if you don't keep putting oil on that, it just dries up. But however, this Enos Slide Glide, it just sticks and stays there, and it makes it silky smooth on the action, believe me. So you might want to look into that. Okay, let's talk about reassembly now. Let's put the barrel back in. Alright, put your link up. You can see all this. Good. Make sure y'all can see this. Make sure you put this part right here. See how you see that half moon right there? Make sure that is resting on top of the barrel as you put this back in. Front, put it in the front there, back here. Okay, right there. Have your link about right there. So we'll be able to put this pole on the slide stop through it. Okay? Now, let's hope everything goes smoothly here. Alright, I've got the swinging link. Oh, no, naturally it would fall out. You know why? Because, Lone Star Lawman, you're supposed to hold the guide rod assembly while you're putting it on. Okay. Yeah, get that swinging link down there. That's what it's called, folks, the swinging link. Alright, there we go. Now I can see the swinging link right through the hole there. We want to get it started. So we got it like that. Okay. Now, you want to line this up again with this half notch. That little half notch right there. So you can put the slide stop back in without scratching. Okay. So let's go back again to that area. This is going to be hard because it's always hard for me. All right. Hope y'all can see this. There we go. Snapped it right back in there. You'll get better at it as you do it. It seems like I've gotten worse as I've gotten older. But I managed to get back in. Now all you got to do is remove the tool, the NDZ tool. And I have to use probably both my fingers because I've got so much grease and oil on here. First, let's make sure, let's lock it to the rear. How about that? That might make it easier, huh? How about that? Sports fans? Okay. So, I'll take this off. I also have a bad habit of having short fingernails or no fingernails at all. So this makes it a little bit tougher. There we go. Got the bottom off. See? Slide it off. There you go. Alright, that is your NDZ tool for the Kimber Ultra. Any Kimber Ultra this will work with. Okay? Shouldn't have any problem. Okay, now I've got it all cleaned and disassembled. We pretended to clean because I did that earlier because it would take too long. Cleaning videos I hate because they just take too long, but I showed you what to do. Okay, so I'm going to rag it, bring it forward again. Test the safety, make sure it's working. Bring it down, dry fire, rack it a few times, and fire again. Now the last thing I'm going to show you is what I promised I'd show you. Well, it won't be the last thing, but I'll go over the holsters and the magazines here in a minute. The laser. This particular model, and I don't think it's changed on the newer model, you have this switch right here. It's powered by a 2032 flat silver looking like battery that's used in a lot of appliances or watches and things. I don't know if it's used in watches, but I know it's used for other things, medical equipment and things like that. So I'm going to push this up. That actually turns it on. And when you wrap your fingers around this middle here, the laser will come on. And I'll show you the laser. Shouldn't hurt the camera any, I wouldn't think. See if I can get it in there. See it good now? Okay, and I'll just show it on the carpet here. Let go and it goes off. It doesn't work great in the daytime, obviously, because it's red. If it was green, you could still use it in the daytime. This is for low light and darkness. To adjust the height and elevation, there's this little tool that comes with it. Smaller version of the other one I showed you. This is for elevation. This hole is for windage. Now I've adjusted this to where it's right down the sights. So it's very, very accurate when I use that, and I'm doing the right thing. And holding it correctly, of course. That's how you hold it correctly, at least in the thumbs forward type position, which really works well. All right, I'm going to turn this on. Now, I'm sure you're interested in what kind of holsters I have for this thing. Let's reach over here. I have two of them. One of them I got many years ago. In fact, this one isn't made anymore by the company called Raven Concealment. They make holsters. This was known as the Phantom model. Very good, had standard loops back then. And this is for any 1911 3-inch, and I'll show you. Okay. See, fits right in there. No problem. And was very sturdy, as you can see. It comes right out. Of course, I've had a lot of years. It better come out easy. How many years have I had that? I recently got another one from Vedder Holsters, V-E-D-D-E-R, Vedder, who make great holsters. This particular holster is, of course, inside the waistband or outside the waistband, depending on how you want to carry it. It's tuckable. As you can see, it has this behind you. You can tuck your shirt underneath here, and only the clip will be showing. And this is the Desert digital camo, which I like a lot. And and especially since, guess what? Because it goes well with this pistol, because it has a digital camo grips. So I really like it a lot. This swivels right here. See this little swivel right there? You can adjust that screw and cant it either way, which is great because you can wear this straight up like this for appendix carry, or if you want to carry it at 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever, you can angle the clip if you want to. Works great, folks. Okay, one more thing. This is officer size, like I told you. And just like my Dan Wesson 1911 CCO, it's an officer's model, only it has a commander's length barrel. But this one has the officer's length barrel, or a little shorter actually. So I'm going to just use a couple of my magazines. There's the Dan Wesson, that's the same size. Goes right in there, no problem, because it is officer size. These are the officer's size magazines I use in the Dan Wesson. And this is my Metgar. Metgar is really good. A lot of people like 47D Wilsons. I don't like them as much as I do the Mech-Gar. Mech-Gar works great. Okay. And that's how it looks inside the gun there. All right. Now, I carry 45 a lot. I know the temptation is to use 9 a lot nowadays, which is what I do, which I like too. Like I have a Springfield Army SA-35, which is a high power clone, better than the original, I think. So there's not really that much difference with the bolt technology, as good as it is today. But 45 ACP is expensive ammo now. It's much more expensive than the 9mm. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll keep cranking them out as long as I can until my arsenal is depleted, I guess. I don't know. Please like and subscribe if you like this. I mean, I'm a brand new YouTuber. I've only been doing this about 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm going to keep cranking them out as long as you want to watch them. And I really appreciate that. Okay? We'll see you in the next video. So this is Lone Star Lawman signing off.